Hey, Tim Storm here, Storm Writing School, talking about another writing craft term today, on the nose. On the nose is a phrase that means lacking subtlety or subtext. It's pretty close in meaning to heavy-handed, and it happens in storytelling when theme is delivered a little too neatly, or when symbolism is obvious, or when characters express their thoughts and emotions with unrealistic clarity. On the nose means precisely or exactly, as in 12 o'clock on the nose. And I think it's derived from boxing, where the nose is a highly sought after target, apparently. So on the nose literally means hitting the target. But here's the thing. Art is about representing the truth, not articulating it. So when a writer is a little too obvious about a point they're making, they may be accused of being on the nose. Most commonly, you'll see on the nose applied to dialogue. Screenwriters talk about it a lot since dialogue is the bread and butter of screenwriting, and they really have to be good at conveying complex desires in subtext. On the nose dialogue is thus any dialogue that feels more obvious, more direct, more insightful, more conscious than people would be in real life. And it usually has to do with a character delivering information or interiority with an unrealistic clarity. For example, look, there's a missile heading right for the city. Or, as you know, Jenny, I've been working here for 5 years and not once have I gotten a raise. Or, this beach evokes for me my dead father, who used to bring me here on weekends to surf. I miss him so much and I haven't really processed it adequately, and I get a little short-tempered around people when I feel that grief begin to creep up. Sorry for yelling at you. So all of those would be on the nose. They're just a little too clear, a little too insightful, a little too obvious, right? Now, I've sometimes heard it said that on-the-nose dialogue is when a character expresses their desire too clearly. And I would quibble with that a bit. I think it's really more a matter of when a character expresses their need clearly. Need versus desire is a distinction you'll sometimes hear among storytelling teachers. Desire refers to a surface-level goal, something concrete whose attainment we can pinpoint. A need is often more abstract, and it's what a character needs in order to be a better version of themselves or to be more fulfilled. A subconscious desire, you could say. People are usually unaware of their needs, so to articulate them clearly feels inauthentic. Let's say two characters meet in a bar or a grocery store or wherever, and there's clear attraction between them. Now, they certainly might keep their attraction subtextual, that is, they might not state it outright, but it wouldn't kill the tension and meaning of the scene, I would argue, if character A said to character B, "You're really attractive, and I would love to know you better." It wouldn't be on the nose to have a character state that desire. On-the-nose dialogue would happen if the character stated something deeper than the surface-level desire. Something like, "You're gorgeous, and in fact, you remind me a little bit of my wife, who died 3 years ago, and I'm envisioning us being together because I'd like to attempt to fulfill that void, but even though I'm pretty sure it's going to be inevitable that I'll be disappointed by the many ways in which you are not like her." Like all of that sort of stuff, you know? If a character delves into that sort of deep, probing psychological insight, and obviously this example is a little over the top, but that's the stuff we would want to keep subtextual, and any sort of hint of that coming out in the dialogue is going to feel on the nose. So if a character states what should be subtextual, that's on the nose. I've argued before, of course, that writing rules, most of them can be broken, and comedy can certainly be on the nose a lot. And a lot of stories, as they reach their ending, can kind of bring that clarity and insight to the surface. But try to represent the truth rather than articulate it, and you'll be closer to avoiding an on-the-nose accusation.